All right, we will call to order the Board of Selectmen special meeting for April 3rd, 2024. We have a few items on the, three items in particular on the agenda. The first item is we need to read and approve the resolution of lease financing for fire apparatus and the police radios. I will get this started by making a motion that the following resolution be offered for adoption, and to read it, resolved by the Board of Selectmen of the Town of Woodbridge to approve the purchase and lease of, 1, a Rosenbauer fire pumper with from Rosenbauer, Minnesota, LLC, to be used for responding to fires and other emergencies, and 2, police portable radios and related equipment from Motorola Solutions Incorporated to be used for police communications. The cost of this equipment is $1,458,925.80, which the Town of Woodbridge will lease through a tax-exempt municipal lease through M&T Bank. At the conclusion of the lease, the Town of Woodbridge will own the equipment for $1.
I'll second that resolution.
Okay? Each of us will have to, we'll do approval by roll call, and we will have a document subsequent to approval that we will each initial and submit. Mr. Cardozo, is there any discussion? I'm sorry, before we do that.
And that was what was on last year's budget, correct? Or,
Correct.
Yeah, the previous budget.
Correct.
Sure, that was all.
Correct.
Yeah, this is not new.
Correct. The reading, it's a verbatim resolution, so from now
Yeah.
on, we'll be reading verbatim resolutions,
There we go.
which makes perfect sense. So, any other questions or comments? With that in mind, I'll vote aye. Steve Munno,
Aye.
Maria Madonic,
Aye.
Sheila McCrevin,
Aye.
Andrea Urbano,
Aye.
and David Vogel.
Aye.
Motion carries, and I will pass this along for initialing for those who are present. I would also like to make mention that there are there's one member of the Board of Selectmen, Maria, who is attending this meeting remotely, and Tony Genovese is also attending remotely and is present for the meeting. Item number 2 is the approval of the Boy Scouts' request to use town property for their annual flower sale on Saturday, April 6th, 13th, and 20th, 3 Saturdays, and to advertise on town property with the signage they've used in the past. We'll need a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Second? Is there any discussion?
Is it the old firehouse property?
Yes, the Grove area. Yep.
Okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, it's an annual flower sale. It's
Yeah.
like the 10th or 11th year in a row running. Yeah, so they asked to do signs in the little triangle by the fire. They put some signs there and then they'll sell their.
But
where
they
do-
actually sell it in the
in
Grove
that row,
area.
yeah, where the
Okay.
trees, the same where they sell all the stuff over by the library.
Any additional questions?
So just a clarification, they use that online form to submit all their documentation like normal, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's great.
Yes.
We thank them for that.
Yep, and that will be the process going forward for any of this type of thing.
Yeah.
Any additional questions?
No.
We'll take a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Maria?
Aye.
It is unanimous. Thank you. Motion carries. And the last item of business is to adopt the revised charge for the Beecher Building Committee. Everyone received that in your packet. You've had time to review it, and as you know, we're moving from the point where the project has been approved and all the plans have been proposed. I believe, Maria, do we have a contractor at this point?
We had a meeting today, and it seems like they are drawing up plans to decide, the order that the work is going to be done.
Great. So with the revised charge, the building committee will now move forward with what needs to be done next. Are there any, is there a motion to approve the charge, the revised charge?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Discussion, comments, questions?
So I did have a question about funding. So it seemed from the way the charge is written that it's discussing funding that doesn't become available until July 1. Is that right? Or is there a mechanism by which this committee is going to oversee expenditures out of the Woodbridge Board of Ed budget? Because I do think that they've allocated some funds. So I wasn't clear on how the funding works, and maybe that's a subsequent question.
Oh, Tony,
get
are you able
updates.
to, did you get that? Are you on mute?
I was on mute, yes. So there's a portion of the contract that is funded from the Board of Education, but the remainder is funded out of next year's budget.
Okay, so the way the charge is written, I guess what I'm wondering is, and maybe we can have some discussion of this, what's filed with the state as the education specs, I think I understand that those are being created. And will that come to the Board of Selectmen, Board of Finance, Woodbridge Board of Ed? Will we have a meeting between now and July 1 so that we get a sense of what the plan is a little bit further? Or, because it's not all set for the committee to just take it from here because we haven't heard yet.
Right, well, we may not have a plan until we are able to retain a consulting group to devise a plan. But yes, the point of the building committee is to act as the liaison between the Board of Finance and the Board of Selectmen, and the Board of Education. So, of course, with any, major updates, we're looking to have a tri-board meeting to discuss that, but we're not even, that's, 5 or 6 steps down the road. We would need to make sure that we had the funding to go ahead and retain that consulting group and then allow that consulting group to do their work in order to be able to tell what our next options could be. And then that is certainly a discussion that we would need to have with all of the boards together. But that is several steps out from that at the moment.
Okay. So Maria, I think I understand that EDO 49 filing with the state is a June 30 deadline, either this June 30 or next. Do you anticipate this June 30?
I don't think we would have that information by this June 30th.
Okay. So this will all check back in with the Board of Selectmen as it proceeds.
It would have to, and that's part of the charges
Right.
to make sure that the building committee doesn't have authority to make decisions with regard to funding.
Right.
That is correct.
So yes, anything related to funding would have to be through the appropriate boards. And that would include obviously us, finance, and the Board of Education, depending on the funding, if they're providing some funding.
Great. Okay. Thank you.
Other questions? I will take a vote. All those in favor?
All right.
Aye.
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 It is unanimous. Motion carries. That completes our business.
Motion to adjourn.
Second? We are adjourned.
Wow. All right.
Thank you very much, folks.
Thank you.
Thank you.